trust me driving his car. I don't want to ruin all that trust in one little wreck.
What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. Just wanted to make a super quick follow-up video. If you guys did not watch yesterday's video, I never filmed any videos like this, and the reason that I thought it was different was because I usually film videos that discuss me like usually buying a deal. So I show you guys like before I find a deal, like when it comes down to buying a motorcycle, or when it comes down to actually buying the motorcycle, then I show you guys that, I post it for sale, and then, me selling it for profit and stuff like that. Now, this was the first time that I ever show you guys me actually looking for a deal. The funny thing is that I actually found a car that I really liked, and that car was the Audi R8. It's the V8, right? And I owned one of these last month or a month and a half ago. Remember, I sold it within 48 hours, and that was a super cool video that I was able to film. But it's the dream car right there. So Apollo, stay tuned, because the really cool thing about this is that, let me show you my screen. So if you guys didn't watch yesterday's video, I was simply going through like cars for sale, car gurus, all the different, so the three main platforms that I used to buy cars, and I came across the lowest price Audi R8 in the country. And there were some that were definitely too good to be true. There was some false deals or some false listings, and that's something that I discussed in being able to filter through those and not even waste your time reaching out to those people. It was a 2014 Audi R8 for like $48,000, and sometimes even the platform itself tells you like kind of sketchy. You might not even want to even reach out to these people, because obviously it's a scam, and you can report those listings if you really do think so. There's one thing that I wanted to show you guys very quickly, is when it comes down to this actual listing. So I'm gonna go here, and if you guys go to this actual listing itself for cars for sale, right? Cars for sale, this is where I found it. If you guys tuned in live yesterday and you guys go to call the number, this number, when it came down to actually calling them, was not a real number. So I did a little bit more digging, and I was wondering, how are these people having such a difficult time selling this car, right? And when I called that car, it sent me over to this Geico like insurance company for commercial like vehicles, or I don't know what it was. It definitely was not the seller for the Audi R8. So I was just like, oh man, this is a fake listing. This is ridiculous, right? The deal was too good to be true. I did a little bit more digging, and I found the actual seller himself. I actually just got off the phone with him. I'm going to get a follow-up call tomorrow. What it came down to was, they're like, hey, we're very transparent with the price. This is the lowest that we're going to be able to sell it for. There's a dealer fee of $899, and then Florida state tax. Well, I don't live in Florida, right? I'm a student at ASU, and I live in Arizona. So I was just like, I've bought cars through dealerships outside of my state, and I take care of my own taxes. And the really cool thing about that is, just to, you guys know what city I live in, but realistically, I don't want to disclose that right away. One of the things that I wanted you guys to know is that there's the state tax, and then there's a city tax. My city, as of now, basically the last time that I registered the Audi R8, I did not have to pay city tax based on the city that I live in, due to this law that was just passed. That saved me about 2.5% on a whatever $1,000 car. So it saved me about $1,500. Something to take into consideration when it comes down to ownership expense. And for those that are wondering, like, okay, you found a good deal. So I found it for $51,000, right? $51,995, pretty much $52,000. One of the things that this guy said was like, hey, we're pretty transparent with our price, and we, this is going to be the lowest that you're going to be able to get it for. And obviously, this is by far the lowest price Audi R8 in the country. There's no question about that. But again, I'm here to negotiate, and I'm here to try to leverage anything that I can to this car. So I pointed out the miles. It has 60,000 miles, which realistically, is a little high, right? Almost 61,000 miles. But, yeah, so about 61,000 miles. And with that being said, I wanted to use that as leverage. Now, I asked for the service records. I asked for the Carfax, making sure that that was clean. I asked for the number of owners for the car. And that is something that, definitely does have an impact on the overall price itself for that specific car. Now, everything based on my understanding and the conversation that I had literally like 15 minutes ago with the seller in Florida, with the dealership in Florida, now it comes down to them following up with me, making sure that I go through the checklist that I have to go through before I book my flight over there to Florida and purchase the car. I asked for the overall cosmetic kind of appearance, so I'm going to FaceTime this individual tomorrow, making sure that I can see the car at all angles, making sure that the car sounds good, that the car, that there's no like check engine lights or any lights turned on. And then it comes down to me actually flying out there with a one-way flight ticket and seeing if I could actually close the deal. So I just wanted to make a really quick follow-up call. Let's see what people are saying. I just wanted to make a follow-up video because I thought it was so cool that I was able to find this deal like real time. Like you guys saw when I found it, and you guys saw my my raw reaction. I was just like, what? My roommates were all around me, and I was just like, dude, this Audi R8 valued in my city, and where I live in Arizona, in the west coast of the United States, the lowest priced one is $64,000. And I'm the one selling that one. I'm selling it for my buddy, and it's the one that I sold to him. So we have the lowest price Audi R8, and that's through a private party. So to know that, you know, it's a clean title Audi R8 has about 5,000 miles more than the one that I'm selling. So for 64,000 on the low end, this car should be worth about $60,000. So when it came down to leveraging the miles and the owners on that specific car, I was able to get it down to a flat $50,000. Again, that does not include the taxes, and that does not include the dealer fee of $899. So I'm going to have to cover the taxes, and then I'm going to have to cover the dealership fee. So I use that as leverage and be like, hey, like if I bought this private party, I wouldn't have to pay a dealer fee. Is there anything that you could do for me? Again, I'm just here to talk and to have a conversation with the guy to see what it is that I can leverage. And Axel, just your response itself is hilarious. 50K for an Audi R8. What? That's exactly, and that's what I wanted to make a video about. Is like I find this is like a, and I mean this with the most utmost respect. You guys know that I don't like to. I mean, I show my cars and I show what it is that I do, but I'm never like, look what I have and look what you don't. It's never been like that. All my videos are showing you that, hey, look, you know, this is how I buy these cars. This is my understanding of the market. I think it's a good deal, and this is why I buy them and flip them for a profit. I did it with my McLaren MP412C. I did it with my R8 that I sold within 48 hours. I did it with my Corvette Z06 that I owned for about 8 months and then still came out on top. I did it. I'm doing it with my M3 right now, and I'm doing it with my Alpha 7 GTR, the 2015. I tend to buy the lowest priced supercars in the country, or sports cars, whatever it is that you want to call them, and I do it. So I found one for 48,000. It's a business email. The one for 48,000 is 2014 Audi R8. If I'm not mistaken, it has 56,000 miles, and it is a false listing. So I have actually reached out to them already. So I try to do my own due diligence for every single car that I invest in, and there's a step-by-step process that I follow, ensuring that, you know, I'm getting the best deal. I take everything into consideration, with the type of model it is, with the type of mileage, with the type of conditions, the owners, everything it is that you need to know is something that I cover. And that's all I wanted you guys to know, is like, for all those that are looking to buy a new car this upcoming year, for all those that are looking and working towards so hard to purchase a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a GTR, whatever your dream car is, you don't have to take a loss on it. And that's what I want each and every single one of you guys to understand. And I swear, guys, by the end of this year, so 48,001 says 2008. Feel free, and I actually did get, after the video that I filmed yesterday, I had a couple people direct message me through Facebook, and there was a listing for a 2012 Audi R8 that I really did like, and it was a V10. So thank you for sharing that. And I think I got another DM that I haven't checked out yet, and that's what I wanted to cover. So what I wanted to just showcase to you guys is that you don't have to take a loss when buying these cars. You could treat it as a business, just like a dealership does, but do it in a small scale. You can convert kind of something that is, you know, a passion of yours and that you want to buy, and transfer or you know, transition this over to a business that you could actually profit off of it. The month of November, I made a little bit over $23,000 profit off of the different car flips. Last month wasn't that aggressive. I think I only sold a total of 3 bikes, and it wasn't necessarily the most profitable month, but on average, I average anywhere from about $5,000 to $10,000 a month, driving my dream cars and flipping, you know, automobiles that I truly love and have a passion for, and I do it as a hobby. You know, I invest in the stock market, right? I own a series of properties within the Gilbert area. I own a series of businesses. I'm a pretty busy guy, and if I can do this, and if I can provide the structure, I know that each and every single one of you can as well. So if you're someone that loves investing in cars, or if you're someone that just loves cars altogether, then yeah. So Angel 1120 is saying that I'm balling. That's definitely not the case. You guys can do this by taking out a loan. The only reason that sometimes I leverage that I can pay for the or that I leverage paying for them cash is to close the deal quick, and it's usually during private parties. Dealerships actually don't necessarily care. There's no incentive for them. If anything, it actually benefits them a little bit more if they're the actual finance company rather than you paying cash. So it's almost irrelevant now, unless you're doing it private party. Sometimes, people don't want to deal with you taking out a loan and going through that whole process, because I know it can be a headache. But I do pay for them cash, but I've also paid for them cash, and then if I'm going to keep it for like about 8 to 10 months, then I can refinance and take out a loan, and that's something that we explain to you step by step in our lesson library. So I just wanted to show you guys very quickly that this is all possible, and that you guys can find these amazing deals. And regardless if you guys like me or not, or if you guys like investing in the stock market or in buying and reselling cars or cryptocurrency, just ask yourself. We do have the lesson library where I show you step by step on how it is that you can invest in this market. Take a step back and ask yourself, to learn how to buy and resell cars for a profit, right? With my average motorcycle that I buy is about $2,500 to $3,000, and my average flip, my profit is around $750 within about 10 days. So ask yourself, just with one flip, I would be honestly surprised, just like I said yesterday, if in 60 days, just to even be like pretty conservative, in 60 days, if you have $3,000 to your name, and your location is similar to mine, if you could buy a motorcycle the way that I teach you step by step in the lesson library, and you don't turn it for a profit of over $500, I would be genuinely surprised that you guys don't make a return in your investment within the first flip, within the first 60 days. You guys, and that's the easiest way that I can put it. You guys don't have to be flipping these higher end cars. It's something to work towards. My first flip was a 2013 Honda Civic, and it was a salvage Title I that I had to restore, and the margin of profit was that I made was around $2,000 to $3,000. It wasn't much, and it required much more work. But now, I get to enjoy these cars. And when it comes down to flipping them, it's a couple $1,000s, and I love the whole process. So if you love the game, if you love hustling, and you love what it is that you do, and you love cars, then I don't see any better market for you. Being able to transform, something that you're so passionate about into a full-fledged business, then that's the beautiful thing about it. So the link is down below if you guys would like to learn a little bit more on how to buy and resell cars. All I ask you guys is to ask yourself, hey, right now we have the lesson library. We just launched it 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. I partnered up with JR Garage. So they show you how they make money while owning the car, as well as on the back end. They have a different style of reselling. I have a style of reselling where I don't work on them at all. I just enjoy them or flip them right away. And that's really just it. So we have it at a discounted rate for the next couple of days. It was only for a week that we're going to do it, and that's really just it. It's $50 off, so it's $147 if you guys use the coupon code FLIPPINGWHEELS, and it's plugged in the description so you guys can check it out. And we're going to have our first webinar on Monday, and I'm going to work with you on a one-on-one basis as a group, helping you find your deal and helping you answer and overcome any hesitation that you might encounter. And I'm going to do that on a weekly basis for 1 month. So for the test group. So Godzilla kills. Godly skills. What's going on, man? Thank you, Lito. And that's the easiest way that I can put it is, if you are really struggling, you're like, no, I really don't think that I can do it myself. Let me help you get the ball rolling, and let me make 2018 your best year ever. I'm only going to do this for the first month, so it's the test group. If you guys want to be a part of it, great. The link is down below. If you guys don't, then I definitely understand. You guys definitely don't have to. But if you think that you guys can do this, and you could use my assistance and JR Garage's, the JR Garage Brothers assistance, then I don't see really how a $147 investment with that discounted rate to have a weekly mentorship call with each and every single one of us is not beneficial, especially if it's going to allow you to create another source of income and then be able to enjoy along the way. And again, the cars that I work on, the cars that I buy to resell for a profit, I'm too busy to work on any of the vehicles. I don't buy any like salvage title or anything like that. They're all clean title, they're all fixed, they're all ready to be repaired, and I just flip them for a profit. That's the easiest way that I can put it. So if you guys like this video and you guys want me to follow up with it, after tomorrow, I'm flying out to California tomorrow. So for all those in California, send me a message. You guys can direct message me through Instagram. But I'm going to fly out to California tomorrow. So I'm going to have a pre-uploaded video for tomorrow night. So I do apologize that I won't be able to make a video live for you guys to do a follow-up. But I do want to have one ready for you either on Monday or on Tuesday, letting you guys know what happens, if I'm able to close the deal, if I'm going to fly out in Florida. And then, like I told you guys, I'm going to, I don't like shipping cars. I will literally drive the car from Florida all the way back to Arizona. You know why? Because I love the game. I love the game of buying the cars, being able to put so many miles on them, and then still flip them for a profit. That's what I love to do, and the margin of profit is there, and it's just an amazing thing. And I want to share this experience with each and every single one of you guys. And just like I said, I will, if you guys message me along my drive back from Florida to Arizona, I will pick you guys up and take you guys for a spin. It's going to be a long drive, and I would love to have you guys join me along as well. So I'm going to keep it pretty safe, and I'll have to FaceTime you guys before I take you guys in the car, just because there's a couple of weirdos out there that I don't want to be in the car. So Carlo, do you speak Spanish? I am Hispanic, yeah, so I do speak Spanish. Yeah. Do you make more money? That's actually a really good question. So this is by the Marcus Ramsey. Do you make more money flipping cars or buying stock? So when it comes down to trading, I want you guys to understand, my month of November was not a normal month. My average profits are about $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And when it comes down to my swing trade positions, I'm closer around to $5,000 to $8,000 a month when it comes down to investing in the stock market. So realistically, because I buy higher end cars now, it's like if I would take larger positions when it comes down to the positions that I normally take in the stock market. So I do make a little bit more money as of now with the buying and reselling of cars, but it's also because I have, sometimes over $100,000, almost $200,000 invested in these cars. And obviously the percentage return is only going to correlate to, a better return. So it just makes sense, right? Would you buy a dirt bike with no title to sell for a profit? That's not something that I do. We did buy a pit bike, which it was like a little pit bike for $50, and my roommate sold it for $150. So we made $100 profit without doing anything. So you guys can even do this, even if you have like $300 to your name. Too bad I'm in Ohio, can't go for a ride. So Matt, anyone watching, you guys can join our free group. The link is down below. We have over 70,000 members within our community. And all I ask you guys, if you guys find a deal and you guys can't purchase it yourself, reach out to me. And if I end up purchasing the deal, I'll give you a consignment fee. So for helping me find the deal, depending on how much margin of profit is left, if it's a couple $1,000s, then I'll throw, a certain percentage over to your way. And if you guys help, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. If we're helping each other out, that's the whole point of networking, right? So how many streams of income do you recommend the average person to have true financial freedom to have? This is by James. One of the biggest recommendations that I can have is to start niche focus. So I had a stable job, which allowed me to save a good amount of money, which allowed me to invest in the stock market, which allowed me to buy and resell cars, which allowed me to, buy my house and then buy another house, which I would then rent out. And that's how it kind of got started. So make sure you stay niche focused and you branch off of that. If you try to juggle too many things on the side when originally starting out, it's going to be very difficult for you to see success in any of the markets, at least based on my experience. I do want to give a shout out to all the people that are part of TechButt Solutions and the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library. Today, with our callouts, I'll follow up in the morning, but with our call out on XNet and DGAS, over 10% return on DGAS and over 20% return on XNet. So we've completely killed it in all markets. Investing in the stock market, we just launched a new crypto trading group with CryptoVin, so you guys can feel free to follow that. It's a free new group. And then when it comes down to the buying and reselling of cars, it's a great start to 2018, and I'm so happy to have each and every single one of you guys. So I'm going to end the live stream here. If you guys have So we got Patrick saying 60,000 miles on an R8 with automatic transmission. It costs $10,000 to replace the transmission. Yeah, but when it comes down to doing a PPI inspection, it costs about $270 to ensure that the transmission is safe and still good to go. So the car that we bought previously was about 55,000 miles, and the transmission was fine. So that's an irrelevant comment. All right, guys. Thank you guys again for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, feel free to click the link down in the description, and you guys can stay connected with us. When it comes down to investing in any market, the 3 recommendations that I can have is never invest in a market that you don't understand. Always have a form of risk management, and make sure that you never invest based on other people's opinion. I can't thank you guys enough for the love and the support. And again, it comes down to taking action in anything it is that you guys want to do. So I hope that, and I wish you guys an amazing 2018. And if you guys want to stay connected when it comes down to buying and reselling cars, feel free to use the link down below and the coupon code FLIPPINGWHEELS, and I would love to be a part of your success. Let's go ahead and make sure that we end 2018 on a green note. Let me go ahead and turn this on real quick. Okay, Google, play. All right, guys, take it easy.